Hello and thank you for joining me. Today I am going to be doing a sublimation project with my HTVRONT auto heat press. For those of you that have used Cricut's infusible ink, it is very similar in how it transfers. It's embedded into the fibers of the fabric that you put it into. It's not like iron-on where it has like texture sticking out, and it is so amazing because all you do is print the image out. You don't have to do any weeding or any of that stuff like you would with infusible ink. The whole process, I will link the video in my description, or go to my YouTube channel and check out my sublimation section. So let's get to it. I am going to be doing a sublimation shirt. I've got a small men's shirt. I'm going to make a Dia de Muertos shirt for my son, and if he won't wear it, then I will, for the Dia de Muertos, or Day of the Dead. And I am going to do some lint rolling on here. It looks pretty good actually. Fresh out of the package here, but you never know, there could be some debris and fibers. I already went into Cricut Design Space and I did a print then cut image, and I forgot to turn off the bleed. So I'm going to show you what happens. I forgot to turn off the bleed when I did the print. So this is the print that I'm going to be doing. And if you can see, there's just like a shadowing around his hat and his arm there. It's just not crisp and clean. Just take a look at that, where his arm has that like extra little shading around it, and his hat. When I turned off the bleed, I got a nice print. So there's none of that shadowing around his arm or the hat or anything. We got a nice print. And I am not using my machine to cut this out. When you do pressing with sublimation, it can leave pressing lines, just like the transfer material when the actual sticky adhesive stuff, this stuff when you're doing iron-on can leave marks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just jaggedly cut around this image with some scissors. Some people tear to try to prevent the pressing lines. I'm just kind of jaggedly, ooh, I have my scissors upside down. Just kind of jaggedly cutting around my image to try to help prevent pressing lines. So I've got him nicely cut out, and I just want to center him on my shirt. So I think this time I'll throw it in this way so I can center him nicely in the middle of the shirt. Okay. So about right here is about the middle of the shirt. I'm going to do a little pre-press. Okay, a little pre-press, just a few seconds. And I do need to turn the temperature up for the sublimation. I'm going to go to my presets, and I'm going to do 395 for 40 seconds. So I'm going to leave it on that setting, and in the meanwhile I'm going to get this little guy centered on there. Now is when I often will grab my ruler. I'm going to actually just measure the armpit. Right at the armpit end, it's about 6 inches. And then from where the design ends and begins on this side is less than 6 inches. Just about right. I think that's about center. I'm gonna call that good. And then instead of using my Teflon, while this is heating up, I'm going to grab some butcher paper and put this over, because I don't want my Teflon absorbing any of the sublimation ink that could possibly penetrate up through. so then it would transfer on to future iron-on projects. So when you do sublimation, you're going to want to not use your Teflon sheets because they could absorb your sublimation ink and then transfer it to future projects. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a couple pieces of heat transfer tape on this just so it doesn't slide around. And I'm using Cricut brand heat transfer tape, but you can use whatever you prefer. And I'm going to put this over everything. I'm gonna slide it in. We have met our 395 temperature for 40 seconds, and I'm gonna hit the go button. It's going to press for that full 40 seconds. And if you can see, it just adjusted to the pressure. So that moves slightly. That is the auto feature of the auto heat press from HTVRONT. And if you are interested in purchasing this, I will update the links in the description. So go ahead and check out the links if you want to purchase this particular heat press. They do have two options as of the time of filming of this of color. So if you don't want white and you want, it's more like it looks like a minty light bluish color. They call it light blue, but it almost seems like it's a little mint to me. So before I fully pull this off, I'm going to check and make sure that this fully sublimated. I could bump my time up just 20 more seconds. I think it looks pretty good. It's looking good to me. Yeah, I call this good. I think this sublimated beautifully. Okay, so this is sublimation done with a sublimation ink, sublimation printer that I printed an image from Cricut Design Space. And I did 395 on the HTVRONT auto heat press for 40 seconds. And look at how great that turned out. I think this turned out beautiful. Very cute. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with HTVRONT auto heat press. I am frustrated about a couple little elements on it, but overall, I am very pleased and I'm very happy, and I would definitely purchase this again and again and again. And if you're interested, make sure you click in my description and check out the link for yourself to go and see about this HTVRONT auto heat press. And as always, if you found benefit and help from this video, please hit the like button. It helps support my channel and helps support me. So I appreciate that always. And until next time, check out another one of my videos.